They need work too.
You know, one of these days I'll explain to you how an algorithm works.
Al who?
My point exactly.
Hello. Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're going to bring you a blend.
A special blend.
So this is Knob Creek Bourbon Rye.
I believe the nomenclature going around on the scene is the BOURYE.
BOURYE.
Or BOURYE. Something like that.
That's interesting. Hey, Bo.
Hey, Rye.
So, of course, Knob Creek's out of Claremont, Kentucky. And Jim Beam. So this is
good stuff.
Yeah, 70% rye at 7 years old, and 30% Knob Creek bourbon at 9 years old. Comes in at 113 proof. So we're looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so two great restaurant pours.
Yeah, I mean Knob Creek is always a great. If I'm in a restaurant and they don't have anything special or anything that I'm interested special, or their per pour price is
a little extreme.
Yeah, or they're only pouring 1 ounce. Then Knob Creek will be my go-to. And man, have I got a story from a little fish place in Wisconsin.
Well, why don't you tell that while we knows it?
I ordered. They had a family size Knob Creek 9, and they pulled down a Pilsner glass, 16-ounce Pilsner glass, and the guy started pouring. The bartender started pouring, and he kept pouring, 16-ounce Pilsner glass, and he essentially got it close to full. And I said, "Wow, that's a nice pour. How much is that going to be?" $5. And I said, "I'll be back."
Wow. $5 for a beer glass worth of whiskey?
And I was back, and my brother went back and got me another. And I don't know exactly how many I had, but I did walk out of there under my own power.
Might have been a little...
oh, yeah, I was high-stepping.
A lot of bit of wobbly.
That's the last time that I have been...
back to that fish restaurant.
Well, that's the last time I've been that inebriated. But it was... that was a challenge. I mean, I'll be honest, but...
They should have given you like a picture on the wall or a T-shirt for finishing that.
There could be pictures. I'm not sure, but...
a little blurry on the memory of that night.
But the fish was really good, too. And... there's a saying in Wisconsin. You'll probably see me with one of the shirts on at some point, and it says "Drink Wisconsinly." And
which means drink heavily.
I did not that night. So, that's a good one. But when somebody pours you a 16-ounce glass for $5 in Knob Creek, you
don't say anything.
You drink it. That's how you do it.
And if there's one thing I know about Wisconsin is there's a bar every 15 feet.
Yeah.
If you're in a town, there are 4 bars on Main Street, I guarantee you.
That's a great place.
Yeah.
Great people.
Nice
place.
People.
Bad weather in the winter.
Could not live there. Could not do that.
When it gets so cold that the soles of your boots freeze hard, not to the ground, they just freeze hard. Yeah.
A little too much.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the BOURYE.
And that has a very nice nose.
Wow, that is really sweeter than I expected.
Very sweet, yeah, especially being the 70% rye. This smells more like a Knob Creek 9.
Wow. I couldn't say that.
I mean, you definitely get the rye spice on it, but the sweetness that comes through on that is surprising. That's why I'm saying it's a little bit more like the 9.
Wow.
Not nearly as spicy on the nose as I expected. Because Knob 7
I bet it's
rye,
going to be on the...
Oh, it's definitely going to be. He always forgets to do the cheers before he starts drinking.
I just make him think that.
I just got to catch him. Wow. That's a little much for me.
You're turning red again?
Nah, I mean, you tell me.
Did you get an air bubble?
Did not. Did not. That kind of just like hit me in my my forehead a little bit. I started to feel some heat going on up here.
It goes here.
Are you telling me I shouldn't dump this on my hat?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm doing it wrong.
Um,
That was a little intense on my first sip there. And this is 113 proof, so it's a higher proof. We'll put some limestone water over here. We'll see. I'll try my second sip without it. But that was.
It definitely does have a lot. There's a lot of flavor that comes here.
There is a lot
There's
of flavor.
a lot of flavor.
There is a little bit of like a custardy, thicker. What's the right word for this? It's wouldn't call it vanilla ice cream. It's more like what's the Midwestern ice cream called? Is it just called custard?
I don't know. I'm not a custard fan, so
I don't know. It kind of gives me a little bit of a thicker vanilla flavor, the sweetness on it, and then that rye spice really comes through, and that's a heavy spice.
it has a good mouthfeel, good coating.
It does. It's thick.
Yes.
It's. I mean, you probably can't see any of the legs on the glass, but
no, it's because there are no legs.
There are almost
it just
no
holds.
legs. It's holding right.
It's
where
like
it
the
is.
Grand Tetons over here.
Oh yeah, it's holding where it is.
Yes.
This is a good pour. If this is at a restaurant and you never tried this, I would definitely recommend
Definitely. And I'm sure it'll be reasonable too.
Yeah.
So this
it wasn't terribly expensive.
It must be
If
over
I can
there.
remember where we got it from. That's our receipt.
Yeah, lost that one.
$45.
Wow.
$44.95.
$44.95 for 113 proof, 7 and 9 year.
That is a very good price.
That's a value.
Yes, it is. That's a
value.
fantastic value.
And a well-known brand.
Absolutely. A prestigious brand.
Yes.
I'd like to know what you think. Is this? This obviously has regular old Kentucky bourbon in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it has majority rye. How does this compare against some of the ryes you've had? I assume it'd be a little dampened with that 30% bourbon.
A little bit, but it punches.
It does.
It punches in there.
Does.
And the proof must be coming from the rye.
Absolutely.
Because Knob Creek is a 100 proofer.
Yeah.
So it definitely punches. That rye's got to be coming in there. That rye, I honestly, I've never had Knob Creek rye.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had a pour at a restaurant.
But it's got to be coming in at 120 plus. Yeah. Now, it may not be the regular bottled, is how they're doing this. It may be coming off at barrel proof or something like that to do this. But, Freddie.
And it's got a nice color on it.
I'm sure, it's still Freddie now, I'm sure. So, good job.
Yeah, this is a good pour.
Good job. And, I'm sure it's not just Freddie, with the team.
Yeah. I don't know if this is something I'd keep on my personal bar, but it's definitely something that if it was on a menu, I'd consider ordering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to get my second sip, see if that spiciness hits me like it did the first time. Man, it hits heavy on the finish.
Muted a little bit for me.
It's lingering a little bit. It's that initial hit is hard. And then after that, it does kind of mute itself a little bit. I'm going to do the same. We don't have eyedroppers or...
Yeah, so we're doing the touch finger thing. It works, but not quite as elegant.
Definitely
opened the alcohol.
Gets a little more sweet. Definitely vanilla. Mm-hmm. I think the vanilla custard, ice cream, frozen.
The spice and the pepper, definitely come through. Vanilla.
I guess that's my first inclination, is to pick out the sweetness first.
And from a spice standpoint, it's an overwhelming pepper.
It is.
Not
so much that it's unpleasant.
No,
but it does hit you.
It takes away from, like, you can't pick up anything else, or I can't pick up anything else.
That's just I think that might just be my inclination to pick out sweetness. So that's the first thing that my nose wants to grab. Definitely an easy sipper. There's just a little bit of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Much easier on me. That did make it not last as long. I can already feel it starting to fade away.
Kind of thinned it a bit.
Yeah, it's just on the sides of my tongue on this last sip I just had.
So, rating. Since you've already finished, you can talk more.
Well, I think this would be something I'd like to have in my collection, my drinking collection, around the museum. I don't know if it would be a regular pour for me. This seems like a really great wintertime pour.
Mm-hmm.
A nice mid to late January and February pour.
Been out shoveling the driveway.
I don't think we have much of a problem with that here in North Carolina.
No, just wait. It's just been the last 2 or 3
I was
years.
going to say we haven't had really a snow at all in the last 2 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see myself on a nice winter afternoon where we're sitting in the maybe mid 50s out on the porch in a rocking chair and just sipping on.
Oh, this would be good with a cigar.
Yes, it would.
This would be good
because it's not smoky in any way.
No, with it.
So that would pair nicely with a little bit of that, and the peppery would kind of lend itself to that as well.
With a nice Cuban cigar, this would be good.
Yeah, with just that touch of sweetness sneaking in there. So I think if I'm gonna rate it, we're gonna go. I think we're C plus.
And I'm B minus.
Yeah, at least we're close.
Yeah,
and that's just the differences in our palate. If it was a little sweeter, it'd probably be a B minus, a B for me, and if it was a little sweeter for you, it'd probably be a C plus.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're hitting both ends of the spectrum, but we're still finding some common ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, guys,
it'll be interesting as we move through this journey, doing the reviews and doing the ratings, and we go back a year from now, 2 years from now, and look back on it, how yours changes and how mine remains the same.
See, I think I might be pulling you. I think he's very Kentucky forward as far as bourbons go, and I think the more outside of Kentucky stuff I show you, the more you're going to be into that.
That's already showing up in just a dozen that we've done.
Yeah.
But I still think that trying to get me toward the sweetness is probably not going to happen. That's going to be a tougher. It
might not be your daily drinker, but I think you can taste something sweet and say that that's good.
Yes. Oh, it happened with the Willet.
Yeah.
Nanobots put up a Willet. But because that was a change for me. I'd had it before, did not care for it. The pot still. And now, tasting it, but that would be a single one glass small pour for me.
An after dinner pour.
That would be a dessert pour for me.
Yeah.
So.
So this could be an everyday sipper for you.
It could be. It could be.
Especially at the price.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Fantastic value.
This could be a drain a bottle, in a couple of weeks' time, mixed in with some other things.
Think you'll go back and maybe try and find another bottle or two of this? Get yourself a backup at least?
Yeah, especially what I'd like to do is actually start to look for some picks.
Yeah.
On this.
I don't know if they're doing that yet, but that would be great. Because it is a blend. I don't know if they can do picks on a blend like that.
You never know.
Yeah. So that is something I'd like to know, is if they're blending it after they've been aged separately or if they're aging together. I'd say based on the percentages they gave us on the front of the bottle, it's probably blended after the fact. I think it would be interesting to find something that was aged at the same time.
And actually, if they did some picks, maybe you get some different percentages.
Yeah. That would be, I think, a 50-50 of this would probably be fantastic.
And there might be a sweet spot at 62-38.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Yeah. This is a very nice pour.
Mm-hmm. So, let us know what you think. If you've tried it, let us know.
Yeah. What are your opinions on Knob Rye 7 and Knob 9 base Kentucky bourbon?
And if you haven't tried it, give it a try and then let us know.
Definitely worth the $45, at least it was for us.
Yes, without a doubt. And hit like.
Leave us a comment.
Share with your friends.
Turn that notification bell on.
Give those people down at YouTube and that are sitting there just waiting to notify you of our next video, something to do.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
They need work too.
You know, one of these days I'll explain to you how an algorithm works.
Al who?
My point exactly.
Anyway, listen, our promise to you is that we will get better at making videos, just like bourbon continues to get better with time.
Take care of yourselves.